in your fever-like state the past few days, Azric, as you have been fighting this inherent ailment that has abruptly come back to you. You find yourself often drifting in and out of sleep, having wild, vivid dreams, and then waking up in a pool of your own sweat. The attendants of this particular venue have tried their best, prayed to the Lotus King. You've seen priest after priest, sister, brother, no effect. Nothing to cure you of what's been ailing you as far as you can remember. And as far as in your minds, the Twilight Sanctum has done nothing but fail you. These Order of the Lotus Robes have done nothing but make things worse for you. But this fever dream is somewhat different than the last. And you awaken what appears to be a nighttime sandy beach. The sand is coarse. It is wet. The water, while clear, is very dark. Ahead of you, dense jungle. Behind you, open ocean. And as the water and the waves wash over you, as you find yourself lying face down, trying to get up, there are, at first you think, bioluminescence, maybe some sort of small creatures making these purple glows in the water. But you realize that they're not washing off of you, and it's this thick, ectoplasmic sort of ooze that just stays on you. You look above you, there's beautiful night sky, nebula that seems far closer than it should be. You stand, barefoot, the coarse sand all over you at this point. And you feel as though you are trapped between two worlds. You can see behind you its warmth, its embrace, the deep ocean that saved you, that made you whole again, that has allowed you to go on and live this life that you've wanted. Ahead of you, in the distance, you see a shining twilight as it leads up into this nebula in the starry night sky. And there you stand on the edge.
I just look around and call out and go, hello?
You hear your voice echo, like you were in a cave, almost. Your voice reverberating off of some invisible walls. Like this space is self-contained, separate from everything else.
I step towards the ocean and see if anything changes.
So you look behind you, the waves sort of crashing over your feet. As you take a step backwards, this familiarity sets in. It's warm, perfect temperature. You could easily just take a few paces back and just throw yourself back, float away from this place, leave it all behind.
And I will step towards the nebula, the what effects that has.
You step forward, and the sort of warm embrace of the ocean just leaves you immediately, almost in a shock to your system. And as you look ahead, the sort of pinnacle of this light leading to the nebula seems so far away. Going through dense jungles. Who knows how long it would take you?
Are there any markings or symbols anywhere around me?
Not that you can see. And as you've stepped forward to sort of see the difference between forward and backward, between the ocean and the jungle, you feel your strength leaving you again as you're caught between. It becomes hard to stand. It seems that whatever place that you're in, this halfway point is untenable.
As I lose strength, I buckle down and I start crawling towards the ocean.
Yeah. So you're buckling on the sand and you're crawling on hands and knees, and you struggle to gain traction in the sand as it's become just wet and packed, and each sort of grasp of your hand feels it digging in. And as soon as your fingers hit the water, you feel strength start to return. You can pull yourself much easier. Maybe it's just that you feel weightless in the water. You can see this sort of ectoplasmic ooze sort of almost wrapping around your arms, assisting you, pulling you towards the water.
I give in, and I just dive in, letting the plasm guide me away.
And as you let go and just stretch your arms, you feel this sort of ectoplasm wrap around and pull you. And at first you were gliding along the shore, being gently pulled, and then you feel large tendrils wrap around your arms at your shoulders, and you are yanked underneath the water. Without a moment to catch your breath, to fight, to even understand what's happening, your mouth, your lungs are filled with seawater. And the deeper and deeper and deeper you go, the luminescence begins to cease until you are pulled deeper than you could even understand, as your entire vision goes to black. And it seems like you are being just held.
I try to tug, I try to make sounds, verbalize. I guess I can't talk. I'm underwater.
As you open to try and to yell or scream, just water floods in. The difference in pressure is just crushing you.
I close my eyes and try to reach out with my mind.
As you close your eyes and sort of relax from the struggle and reach out, you are closed off to everything around you. And the last thing that you hear is, "You are mine. Remember." Your eyes shoot open. You see the ceiling. Beautiful painted frescoes. And you are in the same place that you fell asleep. As you're staring at the ceiling of your room, being tended by the Order of the Lotus Robes. And you're in the Twilight Sanctum. Hello, everyone. My name is Maximus, and I'll be your dungeon master for the evening. I would like to welcome you all to the 25th episode of Caches and Cantrips, Campaign 2. I'm joined by a wonderful cast of Bunny Dreadful, Nina Nikolic, Virtual Spectre, and the triumphant return of Moves Like Jagger from the GGN crew. And,
Good to be back.
Yeah. And Mac will not be joining us this evening. She's out of town. She will enjoy your weekend, Mac. Couple things, if you haven't seen, I know some of you have, they're in our Twitch chat. We have some brand new emotes with our boys Hayden and Azric. A little bit of muscles.
RVS doesn't want to do it with me.
Which one looks?
I'm awkwardly
stronger?
flexing.
It's hard to tell which one of them is stronger. Yeah.
Amazing. So feel free. On YouTube, I cannot add those animated emotes because we don't have enough slots. So if you want to use them on YouTube, feel free to become a member over on our YouTube at youtube.com/@casters and cantrips. We also have exclusive content over there too in our out of combat episodes that release on Thursdays. Those release there, as well as our podcast, which we're on Spotify, Apple, Google, Castbox, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and YouTube. So anywhere where podcasts are listened to, you can go check us out there. Or if you want early access to all of our podcast formats, go check out our Patreon. And you'll get it all on Sundays. It's literally as soon as I finish editing it, you will get it. Hot off the press. Aside from that, we have our before I go on, we're almost to 4,000 plays. I think it's on the Spotify side too for our podcast. So thank you for those of you that have been listening to us and checking out all the shows.
That's awesome. Thank you.
And
But that was me because I was catching up on all the episodes that I missed.
It was only you on the plane.
I don't think all of them are you because they're
Did you make
unique.
everyone
types.
on the plane listen?
I said some things. Yeah.
Are we big in Japan now? Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
I would love that.
It'd be amazing. You go to Japan, you come back, and suddenly we're like huge there. We're like, what did you do? And you're like, I don't know.
I did make friends with this old Japanese man at a karaoke bar, but I didn't tell him about D&D.
Maybe he owns all of the podcasts there. You don't know.
All of them. All podcasts
The
go through
true,
that person.
Japan experience right there.
Yep, it was amazing.
Sounds like Hayden. Just showing up in new places and making friends with the old guy.
This is an old man. I'm gonna talk to him.
Anyway, if you are curious about our lineup of content, we have our Tome of Knowledge, which is live streamed. That's Monday nights at 6 p.m. Pacific time. We have our art streams with Bun Bun, which are Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific. And then we have on Thursdays, which is only on podcasts and YouTube videos, which is our Out of Combat, where a few of us cast members reflect on the previous episodes and before about what's going on in the campaign. You can get some fun insights about maybe what the players were thinking, what I was thinking. You can ask them theory craft and ask me questions I'll never answer. It's great fun. Aside from that, last but certainly not least, go join our Discord. It's discord.gg/Caches and Cantrips. We've got some channels there for just about anything, honestly. And there is a special section that you could throw in there where it is about a tome of knowledge topic. So if you want us to talk about anything specific during our little D&D podcast, throw some questions in there. We've got those all ironed out. We also have a section for out of combat questions. So if any of you want to know anything about the campaign, or if you're curious about something, feel free to just drop that in there, and we'll see if we can answer that for you, as long as it's not too spoilery. But anyway, welcome back, y'all. Thanks for indulging me on my change of format this evening.
What an opener.
It's good.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't forget anything. You just roll with it. That's all I told them.
I was like, oh, okay.
Trust
Yeah, Max
me.
is going to do the intro. And then, like, as soon as you started, like, Azric, I'm like, oh, what?
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's gonna change it up a little bit. Then he started. I was like, what?
I was not sure Cold Open would work for D&D, but you know what? I proved myself
Totally
wrong.
does.
There we go.
100% works.
Another tool in the tool belt. But does anybody else have anything that they want to bring up before we get started again on tonight's episode?
Oh, I'm just keen as a bean to be back.
I just want to roll. Let me roll. Let me roll. Let me roll.
Yeah,
I
we
want to
do.
roll
Let
some
me
dice.
roll.
All right. Well, get settled in, and we will now be continuing our episode 25 of Castles and Cantrips, Campaign 2. Our story last left off with our adventurers attempting to abscond with the footlocker from the Reckoner that allegedly contained a lockbox, which contained an ancient artifact. This artifact was believed to have been from around the time of the catastrophe and could have even played a role in causing it. Our adventurers were able to escape the decks of the Reckoner and dive into the waters of the Pinnacle Depths to make their escape on conjured giant seahorses from Emmy. The crew made a mad dash back towards their ship, the Unfortunate, as a full-scale ship-to-ship battle happened around them. As cannonballs flew overhead, the Unfortunate was able to sink the Reckoner, and they were able to pick up 2 new crew in the process. After securing some salvaged goods from the wreckage, the group made their way back towards Escos to complete their mission with the Elysian Watch. Acting Captain Taj stored the footlocker in the captain's quarters for safekeeping, while Kor stood watch outside. And during that evening, acting quartermaster Whisper met with Taj in the captain's quarters for a late night dinner, where Whisper floated the idea of keeping the artifact instead of handing it over to the watch, especially since those were the kind of people that had been treating them as pariahs all their lives. Taj, however, reasoned that if the crew double-crossed the watch, that would not have Hayden be healed, and Azric would be stuck there, as they could not return to Escos. After some further discussion, Taj had the idea of performing their own heists after delivering the artifact, but that would require some reconnaissance before pulling that off. And that is where we will begin our episode this evening. At first I was like, is that in the music? Because I was reading my recap. I was like, what the hell? Bit. I was like, oh, it must be Nita.
He's getting ready to roll them dice.
Alrighty.
Yeah. Roll.
So before we begin the episode, you all have leveled up to level 6. Congratulations!
Yay!
We mentioned
Yeah.
that
I
at
love
the
going
end
on
of the
vacation
stream.
and coming back leveling up.
Yeah, they're completing those milestones
Rest is
without you.
productive.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Alrighty. So
Everyone.
I'm going to start in the order that my tabs are opened. And we're going to start with VS. You have 2 rolls to make this
Oh,
evening.
I forgot.
So first, go ahead and roll for core. Roll a d10 for me.
Well, you know,
Oh,
I would.
Did you do it?
No, but I have fixed HP.
Oh, that's okay.
Can I? Does it? Would
Roll
I
it
just do
anyway.
it under? Oh, okay. Wait. What do I even roll? D10.
D10.
Okay.
You
All
were
right.
at 49 last episode.
So would I just put that on override HP then after?
I gotcha. I'll take care of it.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that I made the character. I was going to be leveling up with it, so
Fun times.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. So that would put your
Yeah.
total from 49 plus 4. What's your
53.
con? Is 4 or 3?
My con
Yes.
is plus. I get plus 18 from con.
Plus
What it says.
plus 4 is what your con modifier is what I'm getting at. So your total should be 57.
Ah,
I'm trying to do backwards math here.
okay. Sounds good to me.
Trust me, bro. I got you. That's why I wrote this down beforehand. Okay. So that being taken care of, up next, let's just do Hayden. Let's make
Okay,
make a roll for Hayden.
Let me get
It's
over
gonna
to
be a
Hayden's sheet
D8.
here. 1 second. Where is he? D8. So D8. Let's see. 7.
7. Interesting.
This one I can do because it's rolled HP. So
Yeah. I got
See.
you. I already got it all pulled up. I'm gonna make it easy
okay.
peasy for y'all.
Okay. Cool.
Because I'm just that nice today. Arbitrary, next tab that's open. It looks like it's Azric. Azric,
Alright.
go ahead and roll your D8.
Got it. 5.
A 5.
Nice.
Fantastic. All right. Added for you, sir. Up next is Cooter.
Oh,
Roll your D8. You got this.
6.
Oh, very nice.
Not bad. Not bad.
Way better than average. Last but certainly not least is going to be Emmy.
Okay. Wait, what do I roll?
A D8.
A D8? Okay.
Miss Druid.
An 8.
I was like, did that humming help or hurt? But it sounds like it helped.
It helped.
Does that mean you get double HP
I'm
for
gonna-
the crit?
I'm gonna hum every time I roll dice tonight and see what happens.
Gonna have your own little mini seance. I love how excited you are.
I didn't expect it.
Fantastic.
I
So
never
that's
roll normally. This
so
is
that
the only
brings
campaign I roll in.
Core up to 57. Hayden is 48. Azric is 59. Is that right?
Yes.
Cooter has 51. Sheesh. Love it.
That's a healthy warlock.
Cooter has 51. Emmy
Warlock
has 52. Very healthy warlock.
Warlock
Eats his
tank
vegetables.
barrel.
Alrighty. Fantastic. So now we can officially start the episode again. How about that? How about that?
Do it.
Are you doing the intro again to remind me of where I'm at?
I was just sitting here thinking that.
After we were so rudely interrupted by rolling for HP.
So, I mean, hey, you all voted on it. That's what you wanted. I like it. I like it.
I
It
do
brings
love
some
it.
excitement.
I do love it too. I just forgot where I was.
So, it is now the next day, Quintus the 20th. as you all are making your way back to Escos. You are about a day and a half away. So if you continue sailing, you will get back to Escos midday on the 21st. So my question to the remaining crew who's on the boat, Emmy, Core, and Cooter, is there anything that you wanted to do or to discuss in the meantime before you head back to port?
I believe we were zipping away.
I wanted to, well, I didn't want to put anybody right on the spot right when we start, but I was thinking about having a little scene with somebody.
Go for it.
Cooter?
Yes.
I'll just like approach you while we're on our way back, like looking out to see. What do you think? What do you think is in that box?
Oh, I'm afraid to find out, actually. It seems too strong, too powerful, too...
Cooter, make a history roll.
Ooh.
Or Arcana, whichever your heart tells you.
Which one's higher? They're both the same. 22.
22. As Emmy asks you, like, what do you think's in that box? Your mind sort of explodes into possibilities of the sort of magic that may have been around at the time of the catastrophe. And if this stuff even was remotely involved in it, it could be some of the most powerful artifacts that the world's ever seen. Here on your ship, sealed in some box. It could be potentially world-altering things.
It could be world-altering, it could be world-ending, it could be anything, dear.
Isn't that also a little bit exciting?
If it wasn't so immensely overwhelming, I suppose. The scientist in me is excited, but...
Yeah, that's what I mean, because I've read all about, artifacts and ancient relics, and I've explored some underwater ancient ruins. I'm really knowledgeable about this stuff, and I just think it's better to know, right?
We do need to know, yes, I agree.
Do you think we should try to look at it before we give it to them?
I do, actually.
Okay.
Do you think we can trust them? If we hand it... I know the predicament that we're in. I understand we do need to give it back.
Yeah, we don't really have a choice, I guess. I never thought about if we could trust them or not. I just assumed that we could. Is there a reason you think we can't?
I don't know. I just have a bad feeling. It's... Especially given it seems from what we've seen that they had someone acting from the inside. How do we know that person won't again get access?
Stolen again. That's a really good point. I hadn't even thought of that. I just think, okay, so when you think of Taj and Azric, they always want to get the treasure so that we can be rich. And that's fine. But I just want to know. I just want to know what it is. I just think that it's the knowledge that's the more important part.
No, I agree. I totally agree. But how do we open it?
Well, I found a crowbar below deck so we could open the big chest. But then I'm not sure about opening the inside chest. That's what I got scared about. And I thought maybe I'd wait on you. But Taj isn't going to let us open it because she doesn't want to risk anything happening to us getting back to Azric. So I thought when she's not looking, we could sneak in and we could do it. And then just put it back and not tell anyone. And nobody will know and it'll be fine.
It's so risky. We could cause another catastrophe.
Just from opening it?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know.
Could it really be that powerful that just opening it?
Could be. Just from the amount of arcane energy we've been sensing around it. It's just, and all of the historical teachings that we've been hearing about on this journey and connecting together with, did you see the arcane trail that thing left? Even
Well, but
within
I
a box
guess-
within a box.
Yeah, but I mean, it is pretty weird. But I don't know. I guess like the catastrophe was like a really long time ago, and nothing like that has ever happened since. And nobody alive here has even like seen it. Like it's just like I don't know. Wait, were you around when it happened? Wait, how old are you
Oh
again?
no, dear, I'm not that old.
Okay,
no.
I always forget. You just always say you're really old, and I don't know
I
what that
am
means.
quite old, you
Okay.
know. My knees
I mean, you
are
do
going.
seem
my-
really old sometimes because you ramble on a lot. And
What?
I mean, nothing. So that artifact.
It's too dangerous. I don't know. Part of me
well-
does want to know, and part of me wants to look at it and study it, and part of me is just so
Isn't your
utterly
research?
terrified.
Weren't you trying to learn more about this stuff?
Yes, but now that it's here, I'm not so sure. I've spent my whole life looking for something like this, and now that we have it
So
on
we
our
really
ship,
have to do it. Your whole life, and you're like really old. That's a lot of years.
well, yes, but who knows? Medicine
It'd
has
be the
come a
thing-
long way.
Well, I just mean it could be the thing to solve all your research after all these years, and I don't know what it is you're trying to prove or,
Oh,
or
it will
understand.
sure show that what's his face a lesson. That's
Is
for
that
sure.
your only reason for doing the research is to prove him wrong, or is there something
no.
else?
No. No, it's not the only reason, but it.
Well, what's your goal? Like, what are you trying to prove?
Well, I want to know what happened to my family and where they went and where does all of this come from?
Wait, what do you mean? What happened to your family? What does that have to do with the catastrophe?
Well, I don't have any, and from what I've learned, they might have come from that area. And as
From
far
where it
as I'm
happened?
aware, I don't know. Well, you know how the catastrophe is, because we are an old.
Your family was in the place where we must not
people.
go to?
Well, way back when, I believe so, but that's the thing, I can't be sure. And how can why is it, you know how every time I try to do something useful I fail, and it's almost like I can't control my own something.
Panicking?
Energy, something.
Oh.
Is it because I shouldn't have these powers? Is it because I haven't trained them properly? Is it I don't know why, and I don't know where I come from. I don't know, well, you know, I don't know where I come from personally. I have whatever research I've done to
Maybe
kind
you
of
just
tell me a
need
little
like the
bit of where my family
finishing
came from.
piece of information to figure out where your family came from, and then it'll all make sense. And maybe if we open the box with the artifact in it, that knowledge will help you.
Oh, I suppose you're right, but what if we cause another catastrophe?
Well,
Although I
don't
suppose if we
know.
do cause another catastrophe, we won't be around to worry about it, will we? Oh,
That's a good
let's
point.
do it.
I hadn't really thought of
Let's
that.
do it.
All I know is I don't know very much about the catastrophe. I mean, my people were around, but all we do is tell people not to go over to the, what's it called? The abyss?
Mouth of the abyss.
The mouth
we
of
just
the
we
abyss,
try to
yes.
part of my tribe's job is to keep people from going there, so we protect it underwater, really. But really, if my people had their way, they wouldn't let even anybody go near it at all.
And
They
so
would be
they
the only
shouldn't,
ones
in my
protecting
mind.
it. I wonder if they have some information. I don't think it's in the library, though, if they do.
Would they be willing to open your library to, say, a nice
To
little old
you.
turtle?
I think you'd be okay. I don't think they'd let the others come, though. They don't like what they call surface people or surface dwellers.
Well, we could disguise
Especially don't
them.
like humans very much. But that's because people are always trying to go and mess with things that they don't understand. Anyways, we should open that box. What do you
Exactly.
think about doing that later tonight when everyone's asleep?
Well, as I said, part of me is saying no, but then also, as I said, if we do cause some kind of other catastrophe, we won't be around to live
Let's
with the
just look.
consequences regardless. So
Maybe
I
we
guess
just
it's
look
now
at
or
it.
never.
Maybe we just look at it. Well, that's true, because you said that we shouldn't trust the people we're giving it to, and they're probably going to open it anyways. So,
Yes.
is it better or worse if it's us that causes the end of the world?
Well, that's a question for the ages, isn't it?
Hmm.
Don't know if I have that answer. What would Azric do?
Osric would sell it and get a lot of money and buy a bigger ship.
Oh, well, that's not very,
Welcome back.
Well, I suppose that's not very, what's the word? I'm feeling old again. Never mind. But, yes, I don't know, maybe we should. Although
could
Cor
just-
won't let it out of his sight.
We could just
You
look
know
at the
that.
box. Right, we just have to distract him.
I'm not sure if there's a way to do that. He's quite a sharp
He's
fella.
not sleeping in there, right?
This is a new
He's
day.
literally.
No. I mean, at nighttime, he's sleeping like outside.
He's parked pretty much right
He's
outside
like
the door.
right in front of the
He's
door.
always right in front of the door.
He's
What
always
about
right in
when he
front
has
of
to
the door. He won't
pee?
let it out of his sight. He just aims off the side. You know, like all
What
the
about
other
for
chaps on the
meals?
boat. I'm fairly certain he's gotten someone to bring him food to the door. Last
Well, he
I
could-
saw.
I'm sure we could think of something. Okay, well, you think and I'll think, and then maybe we'll think of a plan.
I think maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe we
I
should just go
don't.
get
I don't think it's
Azric
a
and
bad
then we'll
idea.
talk to him about it and then we'll see.
By then we won't have it anymore.
But we
I do
will
wish
know
Azric
where
were
it
here,
is.
though. Okay, let me think on this.
Do you have a way of adding a little tracking beacon to the box?
Oh, yeah, I could find the box, no problem. That's easy.
Well, then we can do that once we have Azric back. And Hayden, that poor chap's been sitting being pooped on by birds for the past
That's true.
few
He
weeks,
hates
few
that.
days. What year is it?
Okay, so we'll fix everything, and then I could locate the object, but it only works for like 1,000 feet.
Oh, but that's a long ways. That's like 14,000 freedom units.
What?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm back from that.
We sure Cooter's feeling all right.
I'm gonna go. Gooder, I don't think you're feeling good. You should probably take a nap. I'm gonna
I am
over here
due
now.
for a nap, yes.
I'm gonna go think about how I can open this box without it even knowing. I don't have a plan.
And she just curls back up in her corner and just.
All I gotta say is good luck, ladies.
Okay.
Just
Anyone
want to
else?
You're on
know.
your own, love.
I'm more curious what freedom units are.
This is
I don't know.
freedom units, sir. Y'all really don't know what that means?
No.
It's the imperial system as opposed to the metric system because we're like only a few people that fucking use it.
Freedom!
Ah.
I was like, I know what it is. I just don't know what it would be in this context.
Yeah, because Cooter has so much knowledge you're not aware of.
Cooter's
Fantastic.
an isekai character.
I laugh, but I have no idea what you're talking about. So they're
So
just
the
like,
anime-
Only us weebs know.
Yeah, it's those animes where somebody gets transported to a fantasy
I was gonna
world.
say, I forgot Max has no clue what that means.
I don't. Nope, not for me. Okay.
Anime references.
Anyone else have anything they would like to do? Core, for you, it's just been business as usual. The only person that's been in and out has been the acting captain, other than Whisper, but she's just been sort of taking care of the ship.
You do start to notice. Oh, okay. Yeah, you do start to notice Emmy like kind of randomly walking by you at multiple times a day, and then like if you look at her, she's kind of like, and like keeps walking. I rolled a 1 to see if I could be sneaky or deceptive or something, and I rolled a 1. It's real obvious. You're not concerned.
He's not.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then the ship will continue sailing towards Escos. Another day has passed, and it is now the 21st of Quintus, which is Satyrs Day, by the way, in case you're wondering.
It is. It is indeed
Love
Satyrs
Satyrs
Day
Day.
in the future.
And you could see the beautiful city of Escos coming into sight in the distance. And right around lunchtime is when y'all are going to be coming on down to the port. So
Ah, the serenity.
also, if you make sure you get your long rests, if you haven't checked that, as well as if you have spells you want to prepare, that'd be the time to do so.
I think as they approach, War's gonna insist that he be the one to handle the box. Hopefully Taj is agreeable.
Are you sure I could help you? I'm really good at helping. I could be something really strong, like a horse or a bear or an octopus. Yeah, I could help.
Oh, it's far too heavy for me.
I do have a question though. Could we at least keep the chest it was in that probably had other loot in it, or is
Like
he
the
taking
Foot
that too?
Locker?
Yeah,
I mean, you
we
could
didn't
have it
address that
back
last time.
afterwards, unless you just want
Okay.
to carry around the magical box.
No, you said
inside
there
the
was
box.
other, but you said there was other stuff in there, and I'm like,
did.
are we allowed to keep that loot? Okay.
Afterwards, unless you would. What I'm saying is, unless you just want to carry the magic box around in the open.
I mean, that's not up to me. That's up to Core.
Is would you say Core being a relatively sizable fellow and the 16 strength, can he like one arm
Oh yeah,
like carry this box? Okay.
That's either a small footlocker, or you were way bigger than I thought you were.
He's 6'2". Yeah, he's
Do y'all know what a footlocker
That's a
is?
huge dude.
so
a Foot Locker.
16 strength. Like average human strength is 10. Just keep that in mind.
yeah.
I don't mean the weight. I mean like the.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Foot Locker. It's like as long as the end of a bed at most.
Yeah,
Yeah, he can one arm like
it's a chest. It's like
Yeah,
a
easy.
small one, I guess. Okay.
My mind
He's
is thinking like Skyrim. They're like squat.
Oh, okay.
Long.
Okay. Yep.
Let y'all know what my brain's thinking.
That makes sense to me now. I was so confused.
To be fair, most footlockers have handles too, so if we want to go that route. But you pick it up, put it on your arm.
It's just they're usually big.
He's a big guy.
You're a big boy.
Alrighty. So you make your way to Escos. You are in the Dusk Harbor currently. And as you were going to leave the ship, Whisper sort of bumps into you, Emmy, as you're preparing to get off the ship.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Seems that you're as clumsy as ever.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry.
Well, it's quite all right. And she sort of looks around to see who's around. I need you to help me with something before you go ashore, if you don't mind.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy to help. I can help. You've never asked me for help before, so that's cool.
That's right. Don't let me down.
Okay, I didn't consider that. No, I won't let you down.
And she sort of takes you to some of the rigging, and then she just points up to the sail, and it looks like she's going to ask you about like ship components and if things are up to ship shape and what's going on with you being the sailmaster and the navigator. And she says, and when she points, she goes, "I want you to look exactly where I'm pointing."
Okay, I do that.
Now we're going to pretend that we're talking about the sails, but we have other business. Do you understand?
Oh, we do? Okay.
Now, I overheard what you were saying with Kuta.
Oh, you did? Oh, gosh. I thought I was being quiet. I guess I wasn't.
Oh, it's all right. And then she like adjusts her pointing, like, and then like makes motions like on the ropes and the sails. I just want you to know that I am.
May starts to move her head from looking where she's supposed to be looking because she's nervous.
Yeah, and Whisper snaps her finger like in your attention. Now, I just wanted to tell you that me personally, maybe there are others too that share your curiosity in this. I mean, what's in that thing? Why is it so important? Why do they get to keep it?
I was thinking, why? I don't care if they keep it. I just wanted to know, like, what it could be, you know?
Exactly. What could it be? It could be anything.
Oh, okay.
What if it was something that could really help someone that you love or that you care about, and it's locked into this box?
Yeah, it's gonna help Astric.
But what if what's inside it could help someone that could otherwise not be helped?
Like Astric?
Right.
Oh, you mean Hayden? Yeah.
But what if we could help them and someone else?
Ooh.
Or, better yet, what if we complete this mission and our friends get helped? But then we try to help someone else afterwards. We would just have to get the box back.
Who are we trying to help? I don't follow. I'm sorry.
Is there anyone in your life, Emmy, that could use some help?
Well, there's Hayden and Astric. Oh, Kudo needs some help trying to find her family.
Maybe we could find a family. What about your
That'd be
family?
great.
Do they need any help?
No, my family's fine. I mean, my mom's already dead, and my dad's pretty much doing his thing.
Right. No friends? Back home?
Well, there's Bucket. I guess we could help Bucket.
Where is Bucket? I haven't seen
I'm
him.
sure Oh, well, he's dead right now. I need to re-summon him, but I haven't done it yet. He's
Right.
fine. I mean, he's technically always dead, so it's not really a big deal.
Back to you made a very good point, Emmy. You're very smart.
I know. I
What
read
if-
a lot of books.
What if we could find Kuta's family with what's inside there?
Okay.
But they're just gonna lock it up and no one even look at it.
Oh, we don't know that. We could ask them.
Do you really think they're gonna let someone take a peek after what happened in the first place?
Well, that's why I was going to try and take a peek before we gave it to him, but I couldn't figure out how because Core wouldn't leave it alone for 2 seconds. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about that.
Since you're so smart, so curious, maybe you just keep an eye on where they put this thing. If they put it in the same place or somewhere new, and then if in an emergency happens and we can't find anyone to ask, maybe we could just get it. and bring it
Well,
back after we're done.
If there was an emergency, then we'd know where it was when we came back so we could borrow it.
Exactly. Because if it's an
I don't
emergency,
think we're supposed to borrow it, though. I just wanted to know what it is. I didn't really want to use it. Cooter says using it will pretty much end the whole world as we know it, and I don't think that's a very good idea.
do you believe that though?
Yeah, kind of. Cooter's really smart.
Yeah, but you're really smart, and I'm
In
I'm
a
really
different
smart
way.
either as well.
Are you?
I am quite smart.
Okay.
All I'm saying is just
I mean, this sounds good. So you just want me
Yeah.
to keep track of where they put it and then let you know, and that way if we need it, we know where it is?
exactly just in case of emergencies.
Just in case.
Because if it's an
Of-
emergency, no one's going to be around
Okay,
to ask
but
them.
you say emergencies, and then you also say to help Cooter find her family. I don't think that's like an emergency. They've been dead like a long time. She just
Well-
wants to know what happened to them.
What if Kuda exhausts all options
Mm-hmm.
and there's no other way?
Guess that's an emergency.
Yeah?
Okay. Well, it's really easy. I can tell you where it is. It's like no problem.
Fantastic. Now, I'm trusting you, Emmy. This is a very
Okay.
important job, but you're really smart,
Okay.
so you can handle it.
Okay.
Perfect. Now, let's keep this between us, between friends.
Well, I'm going to tell Cooter because she'll want to know that we have a plan in case she can't figure out where her family is.
Right.
I think it'll make her feel really good.
I think that's okay. You know what? I mean, that just shows how good of a friend you are to help her out.
Oh, okay.
So you
So I'm going to tell Cooter.
you are friends with Kuda, aren't you?
I think. I mean, I like her a lot. I don't know if she thinks I'm her friend, though.
Well, I think you're
I've
my
not
friend.
had
I like
a lot of friends.
I like you
to be
a lot, Emmy.
honest. Oh, are we friends now?
Absolutely.
It's awesome. I didn't know that we were friends. I thought you were kind of scary and that you didn't like me. And sometimes when I talk a lot, you give me this look and that makes me think you don't want to be friends.
Well, new person comes on the ship that has a little bit of authority. You've got to act like a little bit of a bitch to get people to listen to you.
Oh.
You should try it.
Is this what Taj is always trying to teach me to do?
Exactly.
Okay.
Throw your weight around a
Be
little
a
bit.
bitch. I
Yes.
can do that. Yeah.
But not all
I
the
do
time.
that?
Just enough.
Oh. How do you know when?
You'll know. Because you're smart.
Okay. I am.
Amy, this has been fantastic. Now I'm going to point to someone
I'm glad we're
else.
friends.
I am very glad as well. Now I'm going to walk away and talk to someone else about some ship things. And you just act like we had a very important conversation about the sails.
We did.
See? Smart. Good work. And she like taps you on the shoulder, like to give you some like affirmation.
Emmy has this moment of like looking like she's thinking really hard, like something's not adding up. Okay, this seems fine. And it's gone.
All right.
She's smart but gullible.
So, Core, you've got this chest, holding artifact under your arm, and you've got Emmy following and Cooter, the rest of, some of the crew's getting the ship ready to be in port. A couple are taking their shore leave as they don't really have jobs to do there. What's the first stop, everybody? It is about midday on the 21st.
I mean, War's gonna want to get this thing directly into the hands that it needs to get into, so I don't know if that means summoning a horse or just sending for somebody. I don't know.
Cool. Can I speak to you for a moment?
I'm fine.
I just want to make sure. Can you guarantee that we might be able to help our friends if we return this? We need them.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, was part of the deal for helping get it back, correct?
I was just double checking. Sorry, I eat when I'm nervous.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not the one who came up with the deal. It was my job to find the thing, retrieve it, make sure it arrives safely. So, whoever you worked out the deal with is going to be responsible for honoring your agreement.
I would simply hope, sir, that after we've fought together that you might be able to put in a good word for us. That's all I hope for.
When I report to my superiors, I'm going to explain the events that happened. I'm going to regale everyone with our exploits. And I think they'd find that sufficient enough.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
As you go off the gangplank, turn the corner to go into the harbor, you see a regiment of about 50 Elysium Watch in the streets that are basically questioning every single ship that comes in. You see one of a series of 3 watchers amongst all the other troops. At least one of them is speaking to, looks like a guard captain, and they are very heated in a conversation at the moment about this port being essentially blockaded. And you see Watcher Nixara sort of leading at the front. And then
sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, as we're like starting to walk that direction, he's just gonna turn to Cooter and put his free hand gently on her shoulder. Listen, we haven't all gotten along splendidly the past few days, but the only reason I have this object right now is because you and your crew did me a service.
They always pull through, and we always pull through for our family.
Right. So I'm not sure exactly what happens next to this item, to anything. However, you all have reluctantly earned some of my respect and my thanks. Now, if you don't mind, all these fine people saved me the trouble of having to walk this through the city streets.
Thank you.
Gonna turn and be on his way.
All right, so Watcher Nixara goes, Watcher Tor, I was a bit worried when you had sent word to be ready and we hadn't heard anything else. We were about to, well, go to a point in which we couldn't return.
Well, we happened to find ourselves at sea, engaged with a ship, and, well, I'll send in my report later, but this is the item.
You were successful.
Yes. This pain in the ass thing is what everyone was looking for, I suppose.
Come. We have to go see the Dawn immediately.
After you, Watcher. Oh, and I would request the crew that helped me come along as well.
Very well. And she looks over to Zillajarn, who's her initiate. Zillajarn, while we go and report back to the Dawn, I want you to prepare their friend as Watcher Rylorn shall be here later this afternoon to perform the ritual. Of course, Watcher. Could any of you tell me where your friend has been placed so I could get a team to bring him?
Which friend?
Your friend Hayden, who has been...
Oh, Hayden. Yes. He's in past the forest. You take a left, and then a right, and then across the river, past the big scary thing.
No, Cuter,
Another
we
way.
brought him back. We brought him back to.
Oh, I thought he was too
just-
heavy.
No. I don't know how we got him back, actually. That's weird, but we have him. He's at Azric's mom's house.
Well, yes, but that's past the forest to the left, and then another left. No.
The crescent.
Am I getting
No.
confused?
No, it's not. That her house, remember, we found her house before we found her, and then we had to track her into the woods, but then we came back out of the woods.
Oh, so
well,
not
then it's a right, then
yeah.
another right, and then left.
moonlit
And
quarters.
you can't miss him. About this big grey lad,
Right.
birds on top.
At Jacinda's moonlit quarters.
Yes, that's the one.
Not the crescent. That's the left, but you said now the right.
Wait.
I'll find it. Don't
Yes.
worry.
Cooter has keen mind, it's fine.
Yes. I know exactly where it is. I just need to know what I need to remember where it is and which place it is that I'm remembering where it's at.
Right. We will
It's not her fault. She's really old.
That's right. I'll take some other niches with me, and we'll make sure the tea is carried to the. Yeah, I'll take care of it. And he just sort of like awkwardly walks off, like he doesn't want to be part of this conversation anymore.
Thank you.
Zillajarn goes off to go collect Hayden. And
Oh, what a good lad he is.
the rest of you all march towards the Zenith Gardens to the Eventide Citadel, where the Elysian Watch calls home.
Is this where Azric's laying?
Ezric is in the Lotus
Right.
Heights, which is the Twilight Sanctum. So that's the more the clergy side versus the watch side. Speaking of Azric, you have, well, it's been a few hours since you had opened your eyes, and just almost overcome with disgust at those around you failing at helping you. Disdain. You've been through this before, and all you care about now is saving your friend Hayden and getting the fuck out of here, because it's caused you nothing but pain. Almost instinctively, as you unceremoniously walked out of that sanctum, it's almost like your feet carried you back to your mother. And almost out of your fever-like state, your strength has nearly come back to you fully. Not even a hint that you were sick. You find yourself a few houses down from Jacinda's.
walk over.
Yep.
Amazed at how quickly my strength faded. It returned even faster.
Damn near instantaneous. And as you're walking towards her home, you see on a cross street coming from the north, Zillajarn with a few other initiates with him, sort of making a beeline over to her home as well. They're probably 40 feet in front of you.
Yeah, I'll wait and see what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So you can follow along behind, and they're just walking towards Jacinda's home. And you see that Zillajarn, when they get closer, sort of just tells the others to wait as he's going to prepare to go to the door and just knock or be polite. Are you gonna see what happens?
Yeah, I walk up and I call out Ziljarn's name. Ziljarn?
He turns. Asric? Asric? Why aren't you being cared for? What's happened?
I don't know. I kind of just walked here, I guess, on instinct, and now I feel fine. Right as rain.
And he just like bear hugs you as this large dragonborn just kind of squeezes you. It truly is.
Oh.
It's a miracle from the Lotus King himself has brought you back to us. I'm so pleased.
Yeah, yes, something like that.
And he smiles and then sort of fades, and then he like shoves you like one armed, kind of out of character for him. You made me lie to her.
All for the better, Ziljar. I mean, look at that's like nothing has ever happened.
You
She
made
has
me tell
nothing-
her that you left.
She has nothing to worry about now. Everything is fine.
I'm very glad that you are all right. But do not make me lie to her again. She was my mother too.
I'm sorry that I made you do that, but
That
it
is
was for
not,
her well-being.
that is not a courtesy that will be extended again. And it's not for you to decide what's good for her.
Understood. But what are you doing here?
Well, your friends have returned, and they have completed the mission.
It was successful?
Apparently, and Watcher Nixara has told me to assist in collecting your friend, because the cleric will be here this afternoon to cure him.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Right. And he goes to knock, and you see Jacinda swing the door open with like a furrowed brow, looking to see who is yelling outside of her house. And she sees two of the young boys that she raised to become men, and her countenance just softens. I thought people were yelling in the streets.
Oh, I mean, we kind of were. But hello, mother.
And her sort of relief instantly fades as she's realized something. I'm glad that you're here because I was about to find you.
Well, what's the matter? What's wrong?
We have a problem.
Oh, what kind of problem? The three of us together, there's nothing we can't do.
She opens the door to her home, and you see that the back door was open. And you look and see that the home hasn't been well kept. It's like that when she woke up this morning, she didn't get ready, she didn't do anything. She just looks pretty rough. And you can see straight through her home from the front to the back. There is a large indentation in the ground on the backyard where Hayden once sat. And that's where we'll take our break.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Shit, and someone stole him?
So,
Oh
Even
my
VS is just
God.
like, my ass is gone.
What do you know what's going on, VS?
I have
What do you
not
mean?
a clue.
What do you mean?
Is this
And
your
I
way
was
of telling
just
us you're-
getting, I was just getting ready to pull
He's like,
Hayden's
I like
character
playing
sheet up.
core better, so I think I'll just keep playing core. This is how I wanted to tell
is this
you.
how you're telling us you're switching characters forever now?
No, I literally just brought Hayden's character sheet up side by side with Core's.
That's a miss.
go ahead and grab some snacks, get some drinks,
Grab
stretch
some snacks, all right?
stretch your appendages, and we will be back here in just a few. BRB, everybody. And welcome back, everyone. Hopefully you've gathered snacks, stretched your appendages, prepared to continue our episode, where we left off with Where's Hayden? Where we'll start is back over to the group of Cooter and Emmy and Core. You make your way back through the city, weaving through the Crescent, or sorry, not the Crescent, the Dusk Harbor, up through the Zenith Gardens, back to the Eventide Citadel, which is the home base of the Elysian Watch, where you all had normally taken pause when you were escorted there by Watcher Nixara. Core just walks right in with the box under arm and just goes right in. And you all follow behind and make your way into the inner sanctum where you had previously met the Dawn.
The Dawn?
The Dawn. The Hall of Elysia. Home
The
of
Dawn of the Dawn.
High Warden Illyrion, also known as the Dawn. You have Watcher Nixara in tow as she has followed, and you had a whole regiment of Elysian Watch sort of at your disposal in case anything were to go awry during the travel throughout Escos. And as you make it back, they've all dispersed, save Watcher Nixara. And as you make your way to the halls of Elysia, you see the High Warden sort of staring up at the large statue of the Lotus King that is in his personal hall, sort of hands behind his back, just staring, admiring the piece.
I think Or will speak up, say, Lotus King be praised. Lordship, I've got the item.
And he turns over the shoulder and sees everyone sort of wandering in. Watcher Core, I'm very pleased that this has been returned to us in a most discretionary way, I assume.
Yes, that is true, I don't believe anyone outside of myself and the crew here and their shipmates are aware of the situation. And even then...
Oh, but our shipmates don't know what it is.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, as she says.
It's quite all right, Emmy. Nothing to be sorry for. May I? And he holds out his hands. He stands a foot taller than you, Gore.
I just lift it up to him.
And he takes it in his hands. You have to be extremely careful with artifacts such as this. Have any of you touched it with your bare hands?
No, but if we had, what would happen?
I do not know.
I was very close to it, but I was an insect inside the box at the time, so I'm just curious if I should be worried.
Let's see. Well, if you have not laid your hands upon it, then I believe that you should be fine. We have not seen any issues with close proximity with the artifacts, mainly just physical contact.
Okay, but can I ask a question?
You may.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, we are going to do as we always do with artifacts such as these that are too dangerous to be left in the world, out in the wind. We will do a better job of securing it, keeping it safe. Perhaps if we can unlock its mysteries to better understand our past so we cannot repeat it, then it shall be so. The utmost importance is keeping it safe, secure.
Well, if it's something that dangerous, are we sure that you should have it? It got lost once, so.
It's just side-eyeing her, like...
Speak plainly, Emmy.
Oh, well, it's just we were talking and I wasn't trying to be rude. I'm not very good at,
It's all right.
talking. Well, I was just thinking that why should you guard the artifact when someone could just steal it from you again?
An astute question.
Well, I've been thinking, because me and Cooter had been talking. Sorry, Cooter. Sorry, I shouldn't interrupt you. We were talking about how maybe something like this could have caused something like never mind.
Well, that is a logical line of questioning. But I would ask of you, who better?
So I've been thinking on that, and I do have an answer for you, actually. And then he kind of looks around to see how angry Core looks.
He's just staring at you.
There's no Azric or Taj to stop her right now, so she's just going. Well, so my people have been protecting the world for as long as we remembered. That's pretty much our only job in life. And we are all trained to join that cause from the moment we're born. And we have vast libraries full of artifacts and books and things that we protect, and nobody can get to them because most people can't breathe underwater. So they don't go anywhere. And we're all druids, like every single one of us is a druid, and we're all very much invested in keeping the planet alive. So it's a pretty safe place. I just thought I'd offer because we've never had anything stolen from us. So
I appreciate your concern, Emmy, and it may seem like a logical solution to you, but I know very little of your people. In fact, most don't or have heard of them.
That's true, but that's part of why it'd be really hard to steal it, because we're pretty secretive and nobody really knows anything. But I could tell you about my people if that would help.
I mean, that would, but I cannot in good conscience leave them something such as this, for not only are they unknown to me, but just possessing this puts them in grave danger, as we have seen the links that the Divine Order of the Conservancy have taken to try and acquire it. Now, I will admit in our failings, for I did not think they would be so bold to do this, but I have learned from my mistakes.
Well, but that's just the thing, is that they're not going to stop, it seems, and I just thought maybe we could help. That's all. I mean, I just I found this cloth that I think proves that you're right, that they tried to take it. It was on the ship. It got kind of destroyed. I'm gonna like pull out the cloth.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what you're trying to show me, Emmy.
Well, this thread here and this thread over here, one could naturally presume that they would line up in this way, and then it would lay this way if it had been torn, and then this would be the sigil of the the divine. What is it? The Divine Order of the Conservancy.
Conservancy.
My brain can't memorize that.
And
Sorry, Max.
he looks at this torn, this tattered piece of cloth. I suppose someone could potentially draw this conclusion, but it is by no means fact. There's very little to work with here.
I'm not saying you could use it for proof. I just thought maybe you would believe us and me because we helped you, and I'm not making this up. And it seems very clear to me. I'm very good at this. I read a lot of tattered flags. Usually they're at the shipwrecks at the bottom of the sea, so this is really easy for me. But I realize it's not for everyone. Okay, well,
I could jump in.
Please do, Wadra Kor.
It's as you say, this swatch of cloth doesn't prove anything. However, my first-hand experience in the battle we fought, the ship that had it seemed rather desperate to not let it go. Be engaged on water, and rather than flee when their ship sustained untold measure of damage, they pursued until we sunk them outright. Now, were they common thieves? Most likely they would have cut and run to avoid a total loss. Not the ship. So, that leaves very few options for who would be so concerned to have this object.
Could postulate that they could have been hired by the Conservancy to have a lair in between, on one of many.
Hooter's been glaring at him intently this whole time. Can I make an insight check?
yeah.
Oh, 50.
Pizza did not like that.
What is it that you're trying to ascertain?
I just, Cooter would like to know if there is an ulterior motive for him not letting go, or if he genuinely thinks this is the safest place.
Based on your limited interactions with the Dawn, he is a very faithful individual, devout, godly, kind. Doesn't give you any indication of why there would be any ulterior motives to what he's doing. From what you ascertain is that this is his sworn duty. And to be swayed away from that, knowing his relationship with their deity, is not going to be a task that could be had via conversation in an afternoon, if that makes sense.
Excuse me, might I ask a question?
Of course, Kuta.
Your Grace, Highness, Sir.
No.
What is the appropriate title?
Well, I am the High Warden, Illyriana.
High Warden.
Or the Dawn is what people will call me when they think I'm not listening.
Might I ask, you did mention getting to a better understanding of this object. I absolutely see your point. This is the safest place for that. I do wonder also, I have a wealth of past research in this area. I would love the chance to talk to your scholars who might be furthering research on this. I might be able to assist.
Interesting. And what expertise do you have in these matters?
Oh, a lifetime of research, knowledge.
I see. Well, I don't see
and
any...
a keen mind.
I don't see any particular issue. Perhaps once Watch or Rylorn arrives, after your friend is cured, perhaps you could speak with him. He works closely with Master Archivist Thulgrim.
Well, that would be wonderful. I do hope that collectively we can get a better understanding of this thing and avoid any other catastrophes, calamities, and what have yous in future.
Now, I will say that although I am the High Warden, I do not like to meddle into the expertise of those I've chosen to lead in their particular fields, so I can certainly introduce you to Watcher Rylorn, but it is up to you to convince him that you are up to task.
Absolutely. I certainly don't wish to stand on any toes. Only here to help, of course.
Very well. And he sort of motions to Watcher Nixara. I'm going to entrust you in replacing this where it was taken, and we can work towards improving our defenses against those that would try and infiltrate. She sort of nods, and he begins to cast a spell. And you can see that his sort of hand is glowing, and almost like a translucent sort of ball of twilight appears in his hands. And he touches her on the shoulder. And you sort of see this sort of wash over her. Core and yep, just Core for here. You immediately know he's casting some sort of protection from evil on her.
Can I roll to see if I know that? Or no, that's a only
You
because
could roll an
of
Arcana
Paladin.
check. I was looking to see whose spells list it's on.
Rolled a 17 plus 4.
You would know as well. It's a protection from evil. Although not your run-of-the-mill first level protection spell. It looks like something more, something greater than what you would have access to, Core. And he hands the footlocker over to her, and she's like carrying it in like two hands like this. Because she's like 5 foot and some change, slender build, more dexterous than anything, as she's holding it. I am entrusting you, Watcher Nixara, of putting this back. She just nods. It will be done. And she nods, turns on her heels, and begins walking out. I cannot express the gratitude for what you have done, not only for me, for this order, but for the entire continent. If this...
About that? Sorry.
Please, continue.
But I was hoping I could request a favor, actually. I mean, I know you just gave us a favor, but I thought maybe I could have one more small favor.
What is it that you would ask of me?
I would like to request a private audience, Your Highness.
With whom?
With me.
You mean me? With you?
Yes.
What is it that is so private that cannot be spoken amongst friends and trusted colleagues?
Well, it's not really about me. It's about my people, and it's not really something. It's complicated.
Very well. That could be arranged.
Anytime that's good for you, but maybe not right this moment at this moment in time, because I want to go and see Hayden as soon as Hayden's ready, and I also need to go see Azric and make sure he's okay, and then I can come back at any time that works for you.
I will keep that in mind. Cool. As your first major assignment, I can say that I am quite proud to be your High Warden, and I see a bright future ahead of you.
It pleases me to hear that.
Maybe tighten up on our teachings just a bit. He just kind of smiles.
If it's all right with you, I would not consider this affair done with until we've figured out who's responsible for taking it in the first place. We need not discuss it here, but I don't have any reason to assume that this is over.
Nor do I. First priority is securing these artifacts. Next priority is understanding who or why would they want them. Now, he sort of looks around. He looks at Nixara, or Nixara has walked away. He looks at Core. Were they bringing their friend?
Sorry?
Their friend, are part of the bargain to heal their colleague that was petrified. They are bringing him here, yes.
I believe Watcher Nixara sent some initiates to retrieve him.
Let's see. And you hear like a knock at the door. Oh, that must be them. Enter, please. And you see walking in, almost waddling a bit, is a Pinganu with their typical black and white feathers, slightly faded though and gray in some areas. You see a small pair of spectacles just over the beak for these bright sort of blue eyes. This Pingano is sort of medium sized, about the size of a dwarf. And you can see sort of brilliant streaks of yellow around the beak. When they're wearing sort of road clothing, to put it bluntly, as they have been traveling, they sort of still have their pack on them, and you can see underneath their robes that they're sort of yellow, peeking up under around the neck. For the players, looks more like an emperor penguin than any other kind. And this Pinganu walks in and sort of waddling in, taking small steps. I'm so sorry, I came as soon as I could. I heard that my services were required, High Warden. And he bows and kind of gets to a point where you're like, oh, don't want to bow anymore, I'm going to throw out my back. And just kind of does a little light bow. Where is the subject? Watcher Rylorn, these are our friends, and well, their friend should be coming any moment now to be, well, healed by you. And he takes his little cap that he was wearing. Pleasure to meet all of you.
It's nice to meet you as well. We've only ever met one other Pinguanu before.
And he sort of waddles up, takes a look at all of you. Well, I will get everything ready and just know when your friend arrives. Everyone sort of nods, and everyone's just kind of standing around waiting for like, all right, where is it? And then another knock on the door. That must be them. Enter. And you see one of the initiates that left with Zillajarn is like sweating profusely. There's been a problem. Explain yourself, initiate. The statue is gone. It's missing.
What do you mean? It was right there. We left him. Did we left him there? He was in the care of... Oh, dear, no. Where? How?
Wait, what do you mean?
I don't do... And High Warden says, cool. Escort them immediately back to wherever their friend last resided. As this was our end of the bargain, I will see that it is come to fruition.
Oh, thank you.
As you wish, High Warden. Well, what are we waiting for?
Yes, we need to hurry. Please, let's go.
Yeah.
Quickly, fall in behind me.
And you all racing through the streets of Escos as you thought this was the end of the road, that your friend was going to be healed. You were right there. The cleric entered and was ready to perform the ritual to bring your friend Hayden back to life. And now you've heard that they're gone. So you race through the streets, going through the gardens, back to Dusk Harbor, and turning to the east.
as we're going down the streets, Cora's just like, how do you lose a statue?
Oh, I don't know.
Why would someone steal Hayden? That doesn't even make any sense.
We don't know what happened. We don't even know that it was stolen.
Well, he didn't just get up and walk away.
We'll figure out when we get there.
Oh gosh. Do you think the birds got him?
Oh no.
Birds taking a statue?
There's some really big birds out there.
Just keep your feet moving. Come on.
And as we go back to Jacinda's home, as you all are racing through the streets, we see Azric with Zillajarn looking in belief that Hayden is no longer there. A large impression in the ground where an extremely heavy statue once stood.
Is there's still some initiates there, or is it just
It's right now it's Azric and Zillajarn and a couple initiates. You are racing to the streets and you'll join momentarily.
Okay.
As there's a little bit of time difference from where you all are where things are happening.
Time dilation.
All right, back to you, Azric.
What happened? Why is Hayden missing?
I don't know. I don't know. He was here yesterday, and I slept in just a bit because I was feeling tired and weary, and now he's gone. I didn't hear anyone or anything.
What are there? Oh my God! Or the tracks? Who would do such a thing to steal that shoe?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't had any visitors. No one's. Oh. I did have one visitor, but she seemed like such a nice young woman.
Who was this visitor? And how long ago?
It was just yesterday morning early. And she was wandering through and speaking to shop owners, trying to trade. She was a traveling merchant. She seemed harmless enough, and she wasn't having much luck. And I, said to her, what are you trying to sell? How can I help you? And I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't add up. She told me that she was a traveling merchant and had just come from the atoll and had rare goods that she's purchased from there, and she normally does business there, and she had some rare ingredients that I actually could have used. So I said, I'll buy some from you. And
what did you trade?
I just gave her some gold. And to be honest, it's nothing that I couldn't have gotten out here. I feel so bad for the woman. She's having such poor luck. And she commented on the decor and how and commented me on my place and asked me about my alchemy and herbalism, and we just chatted. I made her some snacks and some tea, and she did inquire about Hayden, but I told her it was a piece given to me by a friend. I didn't tell her it was a person, and she offered to purchase him, and I said it's not for sale, and she told me that she could take it on consignment and try and sell it back to the atoll, and I didn't think anything of it. It was just a benign encounter.
Did she say where she was headed? I mean, was there anyone with her? I mean, it's hard to believe she could carry Hayden on her own.
Hayden was here when she left. she accepted that he wasn't for sale and thanked me for the drinks and the snacks and thanked me for my business.
Well, there has to obviously be tracks of someone dragging a statue away. So I think the first thing we should do is check out the scene of the crime and see if there's a trail we could find.
And she told me her name was Esme. Esther. I don't remember.
What did she look like?
She was a human woman, fairly young, right? Maybe your 20s, mid to late 20s. She was, fair-skinned. Sort of had just a very nice blonde hair. Wearing normal road clothes. Like, she looked like she was a traveling merchant down on her luck. We can go look together. I've looked and I haven't touched anything, but I didn't see anything. It's just gone.
Siljon, are any of your initiates field trackers?
I mean, we all have some training, but... And he sort of looks... I'm not seeing any drag marks. I mean, there are old drag marks, but I'm assuming they're from when you brought him here. And a few moments later, you hear a group of people run up to the doorway, and you can see some of your friends and Core as well at the doorway of Jacinda's home.
Azric?
Oh, my friends!
Azric!
Oh, dear, we thought you were dead. We thought
And
we
he's
would
gonna-
never see you again.
It's all right, Cuda.
And he's gonna run up and give you a hug.
Okay, and just like this group hug is happening.
You thought you were dying!
Yes, I can explain later, but more importantly, Hayden is missing.
Yes.
Yes.
How?
Core, they're trampling all over the crime scene here.
How do you
Hey.
feel? Are you
Hey.
okay?
Let's move this conversation into the house.
Right.
Now?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. Before we go inside, let me just. Do you mind if I investigate quickly before this gets any more? Oh,
No,
what
please.
a mess!
You're not going to make more of a mess of the scene, are you?
Oh, I would dare not.
Fine.
I'm a very gentle woman.
Everyone else, please.
Genteel, if you will.
Everyone else, please, off the dirt. Inside.
Emmy's gonna go inside and start casting a spell. Like immediately.
Okay.
Question. Is a petrified Hayden a creature or an item?
Good question. Why not both?
So I will say the only time a creature becomes an object is when they're dead.
Huh? He's basically dead.
But we have established that someone who is petrified still has a consciousness. They're just unaware
Oh.
of the outside world. So they're not an object. There's a person in there. It just really sucks for them.
In the meantime, I wish to investigate.
Okay, I can't find him then. Just kidding. I'm not casting a spell.
Okay.
Could I also cast Detect Magic as a ritual to see if I can sense anything?
Yeah, you can certainly detect magic as a ritual. It'll take a moment. Core, were you gonna try and investigate the crime scene? Because she's casting spells. Or are you gonna wait?
Well, once I've gotten everybody inside, I was gonna ask for a briefing from the initiate.
Sure. So you're casting the spells, and Zillajarn is sort of standing at attention.
Initiate?
Yes, Roger, go.
Situation. What? You arrived.
Yes.
He's gone.
We arrived. I ran into Azric, and we came together. We were tasked with bringing Hayden to the Eventide Citadel for the ritual to be healed. We met with Jacinda, who told us that he was gone. As she mentioned, someone came early the morning prior. A woman named Esme or Esther, who was a traveling merchant of sorts, was trying to peddle her wares in the streets. Jacinda felt bad for her. She was down on her luck. Brought her in, purchased goods, gave her refreshments, a brief discussion about the statue, and
please, the most important parts, please.
She offered to purchase the statue, which was declined. Mentioned she was from the Gilded Atoll. Once declined, mentioned that she would be leaving and peddling goods elsewhere or returning.
Thank you, Initiate. He's gonna turn to Azric. Well, glad you're alive again. Next time you drop dead, please warn me ahead of time.
I'll do my best.
And is there any water or refreshments around? Please get this woman something to drink. Ma'am, your name was Jacinda?
Yes. It's all my fault.
He's gonna put his hand on her shoulder and just say, relax. Okay. This is my job now. You're not at fault here. Relax. Your son is going to attend to you. Okay. And we're going to find them.
I go make some tea.
Oh, wait.
And
We put something on Hayden. We put like his cloak on him, or we put like a blanket on him. There was something on him. I remember.
No, I made a braid of
flower crown.
stems and flowers.
That was on him, right?
That's
Yes.
wonderful.
That's an object. I track that.
If you can figure out something about that, great. I'm going to go look and see if I can find any fresh signs of anything while I rack my brain about somebody named Esme or Esther.
So a couple things. When you tell Jacinda that her son's gonna attend to her, both Azric and Zillajarn go to walk into the kitchen to make tea, and then they have like a little no you, and then Azric goes in.
Beep beep.
While that's happening, you've completed casting your spell, Cooter, to detect
Yes.
magic. Nothing inherently magical in the area where Hayden was kept. The only magical pings that you're getting are any stuff that your party has on, or any sort of
Boots are glowing.
yeah.
Well, it certainly appears that they didn't use magic to tear him away. But I wonder then how there are no tracks. Who could possibly be strong enough to simply lift him straight up and take him away?
You would know that detect magic doesn't normally detect traces of things that happen. That was a very special case of the ancient magics that were in the artifacts. So this would only ping things that are magical or effects happening right now. Yeah.
I don't sense anything currently.
Okay.
Core.
Uh-huh.
You wanted to go investigate, and I think you were going to as well, Cooter, after you cast that.
Yes.
So you both can roll an investigation if you'd like.
Oh, man.
15.
Mm-hmm.
Investigation, huh?
Come on, Detective Core.
Maybe survival if you want to do that as well. If you're looking, depends on what you're looking for. But what I will...
I'm just, I don't have a +0 to...
Gotcha.
So 8.
So for Cooter, with a 15, you're looking around. You don't see any drag marks other than the ones that you all did dragging Hayden here. There's the large imprint into the ground where he stood. And you're having like your Sherlock Holmes slow down time moment here as you're looking through this area. There are some various footprints in the like back garden area.
Eureka!
But what doesn't add up for you is it's just footprints. It could be anybody. How did they get this thing out of here if they didn't drag it out of here?
How many footprints?
And what's the size of the footprints? Small feet, large feet?
Normal humanoid feet, like boot prints.
Well, you know.
Look, normal humanoid feet prints.
Let me ask another question. I guess I'll ask Cooter since she's sitting there. Of these footprints, are any leading away, and do they appear deeper than other footprints, as in they're carrying a heavy object so they sink into the ground more?
Yes, good point. No, it doesn't appear so. They all seem quite even.
You see between 2 to 4 sets of footprints. You can't be for certain. But none of them seem like sunk into the ground. And with that, that's not enough people to physically carry a statue away. They would have had to have dragged it. So something else is afoot.
It
Make an Arcana
certainly
check.
doesn't seem like enough people to carry it. I will.
Yes, as a player has an idea.
18.
There are spells that can lift objects.
I wonder if they might have levitated him away.
Like you did with the box.
Yes, indeed. It's quite a simple spell, really, and it wouldn't require that many people to simply shuffle him along. They could just simply take turns focusing on the spell.
Well, how far can you follow the tracks?
Oh, I suppose quite far. How has the weather been in the past couple of months? Let me remember.
It's been a couple days.
Yes, days. What year is it? Quite right.
You okay?
Yes, quite fine.
Do you need to sit
Levitate.
down?
Well, it appears they went in this direction, and each time the spell should last about an hour, so depending on... Do you know what's in this direction?
Where is she? What direction are we looking at here?
Yeah. So you would know, Cooter, with your Arcana roll, that levitate is one spell. Too heavy for levitate. Otherwise, you could have done it. Floating disc, too heavy for that. Telekinesis, much more powerful spell.
Oh, no.
Can move objects that are quite heavy. And if that was the case, There's no indication of where this thing could have gone. They could have went through the street with it. They could have put it in a cart. They could have done whatever.
So do I know how those spells work differently? I would assume I do.
You would have knowledge of it. It's but those minutia may not matter, because if they were able to get it out of this area.
So it's more just like the amount of mass that they could move with each spell. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's the important part. So the information that you get is powerful spellcaster of some sort able to do this.
It was a powerful spellcaster that was able to do this.
Great. About the tracks. Is there a place where they cut off? The streets behind the houses?
Streets.
Okay.
Yes, it leads right up to the street and then no more footprints. So anything could have taken it from there.
We can ask the nosy neighbor. She's always sticking her nose in everything. She might have seen something.
Yes, we're going to have to canvass the area.
Well, I think it's safe to assume that if this is how he was taken, it most likely didn't happen during broad daylight, which might make things difficult. Unless you know of a specific person who's up 24/7 that might have seen something.
I mean, this old bat's always getting into shit, so I'm sure she might have seen something.
By all means. Where is
There's
she?
no harm in asking.
She lives across the way.
Across the way. All right.
I know somebody who was probably up that we could ask.
Yes.
Yes.
And I point at a tree in the backyard.
I know it seems crazy, but trust me. Yes, Emmy, please do.
I could ask, and they might have seen. I don't know.
Or felt or sensed.
Yeah, I haven't done this with a non-water plant before though, so I don't know how it's gonna go. But let's just try. You never know. I'd like to cast Speak with Plant.
Amazing. I'm gonna have to find the spell on your sheet real quick. So I understand speaking with plants.
Please be an ent. Please be an ent. It takes 3 episodes to learn what happens to Hayden.
You might need to refresh it. Looked like I did prepare it, but it didn't save. So
And a full campaign of Ents would be cool. You would just never get anywhere.
It just take a long time to say.
Speak with plants. You get limited sentience and animation, given the ability to communicate with you and follow your simple command.
Yeah.
Except
Let's
for move
see.
over there.
No, they can.
Oh my god.
Limited sentience and animation. All right, so what are you going to ask this plant?
It's not a ritual. That's okay. I'll still do it. Hello, good sir or madam. How are you faring this fine century?
What kind of tree is it?
What's this climate? Is it temperate climate?
Like more like tropical jungle, swampy.
Let's say it's like a nice, let's say it's like a fruit tree. She has like a nice fruit tree in her garden.
Okay.
Like like a lemon tree or a fig tree or something.
How about a papaya
I picked
tree?
one that's like old looking. It's been around. It's not a baby tree.
Yeah, it's a papaya tree.
Okay, papaya.
I mean, it sort of bends down to you with all the bundles of papayas looking. Hello.
Hello, how are you this fine century?
I am here.
That is so. I wonder, could you please help? Our friend was a statue in this garden of yours until very recently.
Why was your friend a statue?
It's a very long story. Did you happen to see where he went? Someone might have stolen him.
Perhaps birds had it out for him. They did quite
Yes.
like the stone.
Yes, but after that, when he was removed, did you see a blonde woman?
Hmm.
And the tree kind of bends backwards. And it sort of like stands up tall, and it's well over the shack, and then comes back down.
There was flying rock, 2 or 3 people took rock.
And then you see like one of the leaves like points to the street.
Did you see if they put the rock into a cart or a wagon? One of those man-made devices with wheels?
I know what a wagon is.
My apologies, sir. I didn't know until I came to the surface land. I wasn't sure how common they are.
Into covered cart.
Did you see what color it was by chance? Any interesting markings?
Wood.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps birch. No.
And it sits and ponders for a long time.
Emmy will wait. How long is the spell? 10 minutes. She'll wait 8 minutes.
Teak wood. That was it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Teak.
That is very useful advice. Core, we're looking for teak wood.
No.
Oh,
Woman
sorry,
was
no.
waiting. Another. By the teak wagon.
Teak wagon.
Yes. Woman waiting there.
Blonde
Stone.
woman.
Can't say.
Okay.
Stone. Friend. Into cart. Teak wood.
Teak wood.
That way.
And points like towards the center of the city.
Okay, I'll point that way as well. Because they can all see it motioning. I don't know if they can pick up on what it's put down. So I'll point to.
They can see it.
Okay, sweet. Do you know how long ago this was? Was it when it was dark last night?
Yes. No sun.
Can't think of anything else to ask him if anyone has any other ideas.
What
Thank you so much for your help, friend.
You said you've spoken to others.
Other plants? Yes. Under the sea.
Who?
Well, there's a lot of seaweed down there, so I've spoken to some seaweed. That's how I learned. I had to practice somewhere. Yeah. One time I did speak to a palm tree. It wasn't very nice.
Typical. Sometimes they
Ask
drop
him if he has a name.
their coconuts on purpose.
I would believe that. Do you have a name I can call you, friend? I would like to tell the owner of the house there so that she will know how to refer to you.
Hmm. You are funny.
Thanks.
We do not need names.
Well, I'll just call you Mr. Papaya Tree then. My spell's about to be over. Is there anything that I could do for you? How are you feeling? Are your roots a little dry? A little too damp? Could you use some fresh soil? Do you have any parasites I could help take care of?
I am fine.
That's
you
good.
can call me friend, and that will be
Friend.
good enough.
Oh, that's very nice.
If you'll excuse me.
And as your spell runs out, it straightens up and then becomes inanimate.
That was the best time I've ever spent talking to a tree in D&D, and I will tell you now, I've talked to a lot of trees in D&D, and they usually don't end up that well. I'll tell what's her face? Jocelyn?
Jacinda.
Jackie, I'll tell her that the tree is a friend and to take good care of him because he was really helpful. And that she's doing a good job keeping him watered and all that already.
And she's like kind of wiping away some tears and just like getting some tea from Azric.
Emmy's just prattling on about trees to her, kind of oblivious to the
You do.
vibe.
Emmy, what did you find out? What did?
Oh, well, they took him in a cart made of teak wood that way.
Okay, well,
There was a
let's go.
woman
Let's
waiting
go.
by the cart, and I think 3 more here. Is that what he said? They used a spell to make him fly, and they put him in the cart. Teak wood.
What?
He could.
Right. Well,
The city?
if they took him at nighttime, that means they have a long head start wherever they're going. So, Initiate, I need you to return and request more to help look for a covered teak wood cart pulled by 3 to 4 individuals.
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
One may be a blonde woman.
We need more hands looking.
Watercore, if I may. Most carts here are made from teak, as it is abundant.
Yes, but not all of them will have a statue in the back.
Of course.
If
Posing
he's
like
even
this.
still,
All cool like.
assuming he's even still on a cart. We don't know if they've made it to their destination or not, which is why we need to move if we're going to look.
So, Mr. Courser,
Yes.
it's also worth noting that the cart would not be covered or painted or anything like that because the tree was able to notice from a great distance that it was made of wood. So that it's a non-painted cart, if that helps.
Was not a covered cart.
It was
It's covered but not painted.
Okay. Well, everything I said still applies. So, what are we waiting for? If it went down the road that way, we best go that way.
Okay, let's go. And I'm gonna cast another spell while we go. Can I cast and run?
Sure.
It's not WoW, right? Okay.
Damn.
My casters. I want to cast locate object on the flower crown.
What's the range?
Now that we're pointed in the right direction, I want to wait until we get maybe at least an hour towards the middle of the city.
Yeah. What's the range and how long does it last?
It's only 1,000 feet, I think.
Mhm.
So I definitely want to wait until we're closer. I can tell you when if you want. I just wanted to mention it before we start going.
Gotcha. And as you're leaving, Jacinda catches Core. Please find my son's friend.
We will. Please rest easy.
She told me she had to go back to the Gilded Atoll. If she sold enough supplies. I hope that helps.
It may. Let's just hope she says what she actually is and wasn't just making up a story.
Right.
But we'll go with that for now.
She gives Azric and Zillajarn some hugs before they go off.
Remember, this was not your fault.
I know.
Kiss her on the forehead and take care of yourself.
You two, don't be strangers. There's no excuse now.
I will visit often.
All right. So you take off down the street looking for a covered wagon or a covered cart with a statue in it that was believed to have left. I said it was a little after lunchtime when you all got here. So probably between 12 and 16 hours ago.
Yeah. As we're going wherever we're going, Course is going to say to Azric, if the woman that showed up to your mother's house is tied to this, and I believe she is, best not assume she was a merchant. I have no reason to believe that some random wayward merchant found your mother's house of all places and decided to do her business there. Does that make sense?
Yes, that does make sense.
Okay. So I think asking around for a specific merchant is probably not going to get us anywhere. We just, as much of a stretch as it is, need to just try to find the specific cart. No idea how we're going to do it, but everybody's eyes need to be peeled. And we're well behind on time.
And if they are able, as Q to say, to cast high, powerful magic to lift Hayden, and we should all be on our guard as they have a powerful caster about.
Yes. Agreed. And you're okay? You're not going to fall in the street?
Yes, yes, I am right as rain. Everything is all right.
Good.
Well, so what was wrong if you're cured so fast?
I promised Emmy that I will tell you all about it, but first we should. Our priority is to find Hayden.
Okay. Also, we found the relic, and we think it's something that caused the catastrophe, and we sunk another pirate ship.
Well, that's great news.
They had a better ship than us too.
Oh, well then I'm glad you destroyed it, right?
Yeah, we destroyed it. It's completely destroyed.
Very good.
I need to be proud of us. Oh, also, Chowder invented something called Super Slop.
Oh,
It's very good.
I maybe look forward to it.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. I mean, he just has an energy of like when you come home from work and your dog or just like, but then after like a minute or two, they're just like, okay, I gotta go outside now.
Kimmy, is you're casting locate object for the entire 10 minutes. You get nothing.
I will. As we keep going, I will use it. This is rough. I'll use it 2 more times, I think.
Okay.
I'm
But
assuming
I'll wait a little bit.
since I gave Zillajon an order, he's gonna split off and
Yeah, he's
try to
left,
get-
and he's gonna go get some more dudes, some more people to
All
go
right.
help search.
How long does it take to cross the city? Is it possible that they could have already left for the atoll?
given how much time has passed, potentially.
Oh, we just came back ashore.
They easily could have left the city by now, and would be
But
halfway
not by
there.
boat, most likely, right? Because the whole the wharf has been like locked down.
For
We
people
saw that
coming
on our way
in.
in. They weren't checking people going out. Oh. Well, they're dumb. That's all I gotta say about that.
Could we, if you'll let me,
Sure.
retroactively instruct Zillajarn to have some watchers patrol like the harbor for any potential statues on the move?
I think we should perhaps go to the docks and ask around if someone had seen them loading one.
We're gonna work our way there, I think.
Yeah. Zillajon can
Indeed.
get some more people and patrol the harbor.
Okay. I can't really do anything magic-y that will help us right now, so
So where's your first stop? Where are you looking? What are you looking for?
wasn't there some along this road at a certain point there's like a market area. It's where we
Mhm.
what's his name, the shithead that
That was funny. Oh my god.
can't remember his name.
Yeah.
That seems in character.
Yeah,
Um,
you're talking about
It might be in my notes.
Jaster Zanor.
Jaster, yeah. Wasn't that sort of like a market area?
Yep.
I guess
He was in the Crescent, but there is a market
Okay.
area over here as well, I believe. Maybe it was
I
here.
guess as we're moving through, we can, I don't know, take a few moments to just like eye people, carts moving.
Make an investigation roll. Make a group investigation roll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh.
Let me try a different dice this time.
Didn't Hayden's
X.
parents work for the Gilded Atoll? Or
No.
No. Okay.
They were
Not
some
like we can ask him for help in yours.
They
I got a
were
17.
from Sham.
Yep.
Or Sham
I got a
merchants.
17 investigation.
Uh-huh. What else?
11.
Alrighty.
6.
Okay. So you were going through the streets in this district. You're kind of coming up pretty dry, striking out. So it doesn't look like there's anything in this area for you all to find in particular. So going from here, the only way to go would be west, which would take you from Moonlit Quarters to the Dusk Harbor.
On the way, are there any sort of, I don't know, guard postings like near the road?
Yeah.
Okay, I think as we progress further, if I Well, they probably wouldn't be the same guards. It's worth a shot, though. I guess we pass by a guard posting somewhere. I'll
Sure.
approach them.
Okay.
Just say, guardsman,
What can I do for you, Watcher?
have you been posted here through the night?
No, that would be ridiculous. That'd be
Sure.
like a triple shift.
Right. Are the men who are posted immediately available?
Probably sleeping if you'd like to wake him up.
Yeah, I
I've
think I
got
would.
reports from the previous evenings. Are you looking for anything in particular?
How quickly can you get those reports?
Quick enough.
All right, as quick as you can be.
What are you looking for?
We have reason to believe that there was a cart transporting a stolen item, specifically a human-sized statue that we're trying to locate, and wondered if anybody had seen it with that cart crossing through here.
Seems more like town guard business than Watcher business.
Oh, I thought I was speaking to guardsmen.
Well, you are. They're the guard. They're wondering why an Elysian watch gives a shit about someone stealing something.
Well,
Did this person
not
report this to the
Yourself
guard?
to them.
all you need to know that it's very important, enough so that the watch is interested. So I would appreciate your help.
All right. I'm going to have to call my sergeant.
We're on a time crunch here. So,
And I've got protocols, so hold your horses.
you all can go on ahead if you'd like. I'll catch up.
Okay, we can
Very
meet
good.
you at the dockside, I suppose.
Just keep an eye out.
2 eyes as often as I can spare them, which is all the time.
I'm not sure anything's going to come from this, but if it does, I'll let you know. And I'm just going to split off for a few minutes.
Yeah. So as you all move ahead, this guard, she goes and gets her sergeant and comes back to a portly gnomish gentleman with a pretty impressive sort of twirly mustache. He sort of comes out. What's the meaning of this, Watcher?
Good afternoon, Sergeant.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on very important Watcher business, and I believe perhaps some reports from last night that your men have could prove useful.
Right, what are you looking for?
Any note of movement regarding carts transporting statues?
Hold on. Hold on. You want me to look for reports of carts transporting goods in the moonlit quarters?
Yes, and not just any goods, by the way.
Oh, sorry.
A specific good, and late at night.
Oh,
Probably after
right.
midnight.
Now we're getting to the bottom of this. Late night statue capers. All right. Hold on. And he kind of goes into the guardhouse. And he goes in there, shuffles some papers around, comes out, and just hands you like a stack and goes, have at it, and just like plops it on the desk.
This is all from late night after midnight.
Oh, this has anything to do with carts. Or anything, really. We can't be too careful now. Have a look at all the reports we've made the past week.
Can you find me the ones from last night?
I'm sure they're there somewhere. I mean, it's not my fault you lost something again, it seems like. Don't make it a habit now. And you know that there have been tensions between the city guard and the Elysian Watch, where the Elysian Watch has had to step in and help the city guard as they have been understaffed, but that wasn't the city guard's call, and they're stepping on our toes and getting in our business. They don't need to do this. They have their own shit to do.
I will snatch the stack from his hand.
I'll need you to sign here in triplicate, please.
Oh, you bet I will. After I finish looking. And I'm just gonna... Is there, however they did him, is there a quick way to thumb through and just look for last night's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna find that as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Nothing out of the ordinary as opposed, like, regarding, like, thefts or anything like that they had seen.
Okay. I will neatly restack the reports, go to hand it.
Mm-hmm.
Just as he's gonna grab it, I just drop him and walk away.
Butterfingers, watcher, Butterfingers.
Thanks for your time, Sergeant.
Mm-hmm. Pick that up, Godwin. And he goes back into the shack.
And I'll try to catch up with the rest of them.
You get a big goose egg because it wasn't reported in the first place, and
yeah, I didn't know if they
also don't like you.
Yeah,
they just flat out don't like you. Everybody else make another investigation roll as you get towards the Dusk Harbor.
Big boy dice. Let's go.
10.
Oh, 16.
14? Ooh.
All right. So you get to the harbor, and you're just sort of like looking around, and you see someone, looks to be a young, like wood elf woman. She's like, looking for something. Anything I can help you with?
Oh, yes, we're actually looking for stonework, large
Oh.
statues.
Sorry. Passage. Quick ship I've got. Need to get somewhere quickly. I'm your woman.
Passage?
It's the fucking Dusk Harbor.
Oh.
You need to go somewhere. I can take you. You give me gold. I get you there fast.
Right. Odd question. How long have you been awake?
What's it to you?
Well, we're looking for a recent statue that has been carted through here, probably, late last night.
Look, I don't care about your statues. I don't care about what you're carrying. I just take you places. So where do you want to go?
To the statue.
To the market?
Yeah. Right. Okay. You've got a fixation on statues. Got it.
If you've seen it, well, could you just tell us?
Or did you transport someone who was coming through with a statue?
I don't. It's not how this works. All right, look. There's me. There's my mate. We have fast passage, 2 quick ships. We have a bit of an enterprise here. Someone comes in. We take turns. We get them where they want to go. It's my turn now.
Also, there's 2 of you, so the previous person might have already transported the people we're looking for.
Oh, yeah. Could you
Right.
ask them if they've seen the statue?
Right. I'll ask Taryn when he gets back in. Who the fuck knows? I don't know where they took him. But that's the thing. Tika and Taryn's transport. I'm Tika. They're Taryn. Taryn's gone. You need transport. You deal with me.
Well,
We
how
don't need
about this
transport. We just need a
gold
statue.
tells us where a tavern is, and we can talk to town ourselves.
How much are you offering?
1 gold.
1 gold. I think he sailed somewhere out.
Depending on the outcome of your answer, may increase the amount of coin you get.
Fuck that, bucko. Money up front.
Here are 2 more additional coins.
All right. So 3 gold. Make a persuasion check with advantage.
All right.
Like that she called him Bucko.
Yeah. 20.
20. She snatches the coins. All right. Now, it's against the rules to tell you where we take people, discretion of sorts, but I'm gonna go have a pint and I'll see you later. And she just kind of taps her hand on like a little like podium, and then she just walks off.
Ah.
I'm going to look for a ledger or sheets.
Yeah. So you look and there's like a cash box that's locked up. There's like some doodles, like some crude drawings. And underneath like this little podium, you see like a little book, and you open it up and it's like a ledger of sorts of like how much, where they're going, that kind of thing. Last entry from Taryn you saw was last night paid 20 gold to go to the Gilded Atoll.
Ooh.
Oh.
I knew it.
Well, it looks like we know where we're going.
Do we? That's not really proof of anything. Did I miss something? Is that proof that they took them?
Unless you have a better idea, Emmy.
Well, she
We've been
did say
hearing
that
all
she
this
had
time that
seen
that's where
us-
they were headed, so it only makes sense. Where else
Well-
would they go?
Well, who was headed there?
The blonde woman.
Why did we know? Who told us she was headed to the atoll?
She told Jacinda that she was headed there because she was trading.
Oh, but I didn't think that was her being honest. Why would you tell somebody where you were going if you were about to steal from them?
The
Just
best
taking
way to lie
advantage
is
of an
with
old lady.
with an inch of truth.
Oh, well, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't know. I don't lie that often, I don't think.
Sorry. Mistake in my notes. It's not 20 gold. It's 200 platinum.
Whoa!
I did some
Is
quick
that enough
math.
to cover the weight of a statue?
Shit.
I did some quick math on like ship's passage and how much that costs per mile. So the
Who does
indication,
spontaneously acid splashes over
Yeah.
the entire ledger.
that's my bad. The indication is that they overpaid for the travel is what I was getting across.
Okay,
Highly
that's what I was
overpaid.
going to ask. Okay. That's like, we'll pay you whatever you want. Let's go now.
Mhm.
Money.
Yes. So my apologies for having that wrong in my notes.
Yes, let's go to the Gilded Atoll. Now I'm
that's where we're
convinced.
headed.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's okay.
I was just like,
That was,
I've been trying to tell you we're going to the Gilded Atoll.
That is
okay,
a lot
yes, Peter.
of lot of money.
does Core catch up with the?
Yes.
Okay. As Core strides up, he's like, "Fat shits at the guard are useless. Did you guys find
Gilded
anything?"
Atoll now.
We're
Cool.
going to the Gilded Atoll.
Someone paid 200 platinum for quick passage. Late
Wow.
last night, according to this ledger.
I mean, if
I'm s-
anything, these people should be arrested. That's flat out extortion.
Yeah. Listen, I'm sure you guys value your friend, but even I don't think he's worth 200 platinum. But Gilded Atoll,
Yes, but we have our own ship, no?
you do.
Yes, we do, but we need repairs. Or I don't know that. How is the ship?
How is the ship anyway?
So your ship has not been in port long enough to get any repairs. But you could have attempted some on the previous day. So we can work that out. It's saleable. It's not like totally fucked.
How long will it take you to ready your ship?
Not too long, I hope, depending on the condition, because no one answered me. I am worried.
I asked because I would like. I'd like to.
I don't know. I don't know how damaged it was. He doesn't know.
I'd like to report what's happening before we go anywhere.
Well, I'm sure you'll have time, as we'll have to rally the crew together and get the ship ready for sail.
And, maybe I can work out a way to provide a few extra hands to help the cause.
Yes, I don't know what your relation is with the Gilded at all, other than them selling stuff.
I'm a watcher on Escos.
Gilded Atoll is pretty much like gray market goods. It is for some reason allowed to exist, but no one polices it because it's out of the jurisdiction of all the city-states, and the Divine Order Conservancy doesn't seem to care about it. So going there as any sort of authority from a city-state, you're not going to have any. You'll be out of your jurisdiction.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking as in like, or go there and arrest people, but
Yeah, just giving you info.
Literally men at arms type of.
Mm-hmm. And you have a whole crew of people too, so.
I don't think I want to declare that we're waging war on the Gilded at all, but any additional hands would be welcome.
I think you might want that, given that there could be a powerful spellcaster aboard.
You're not wrong, yes, sir.
I mean, I could very well be enough, but couldn't hurt to have more, I suppose. Fine. You all see to your ship. I'll go and see what the hell Zildjian is up to and see if I can't round up any more people. If not, it may just be me.
Very good. I mean, I trust Zildjian with my life, so he would be a great addition to the team. I will get the ship ready, prep the crew, and be ready to set sail upon your revival.
Very well. We're lucky we made it this far, I have to say.
We sure
Well-
are.
Considering the circumstances, as I was out for quite some time, and you all made it back alive, so I do thank you for looking after my crew.
Well, most of them
We
handle
looked
their
after
own.
him, Mazrick.
That's more like it, yes.
No, but
While
really, I
I'm
think he would
still
have been lost
here-
without call.
What is... You're all adventurers, yeah?
Yeah, we are.
Because Emmy mentioned something about sinking yet another pirate ship. Is that something?
I didn't say
You do.
another. Just pointed that out.
Yeah, you
I don't
did.
think I did.
There's two
I used the word another?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
We haven't even sunk one before. Why would I say another?
I don't know.
Well, that was just a misspeak. I mean, didn't say that. We haven't sunk a single ship.
Mm.
Well,
Mm.
one.
Well, sometimes that happens when you're on the open seas. You see a pirate ship, they try to board you or take what you have, and things need to be done.
Very well.
Oops.
I just wondered because, well, there's an awful lot of talk and excitement about sinking this one particular ship, so it made me think your crew was rather new at this. That's all.
We all are green crew, as you may have seen. Well, yeah, a little bit of excitement probably gets and they are easily excitable, as you may have also noticed. I don't know. I was not there.
The one that slinks around kind of gives me, let's just say she's a little off-putting.
Whisper?
Oh, yes.
She's my
Whisper.
friend.
When did that happen?
This morning.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
we should have a chat about that later.
I'll just say, keep an eye on that one. I couldn't help but notice her eyes drifting towards the important box quite a lot.
I'm assuming the box that had the artifact?
That box.
Ah.
And she just gives me weird vibes. Anyway, I'm gonna go about my business and see what I can scrounge up.
Right, and I will have the ship and crew ready.
Okay. I'm of course just gonna try and see what the situation is with Zildjian and if he's got people or not.
Yep. So you see Zildjian coming back and like looking at the harbor. You run into him because you told him to go down to the harbor.
That's right, yeah.
And he looks up to you and he sort of comes to attention. Watch your core, nothing yet, but we're still searching. Looking for the teak cart.
You're not anymore. We have a lead. There's a very high likelihood that this Hayden was taken by ship some hours ago. There was a huge sum of money paid to leave quickly with said statue. So, I'm going to request a few able-bodied men, and we're going to meet at Azric's ship, if that's possible.
Right.
Can you?
I will see what I can do. I know that many are tasked securing the item.
Just 2.
Right. I'll meet back
Maybe
here.
even yourself, if it comes to it.
And he like looks at you and like I'm assuming you're in the area where Azric is because you're just in the desk harbor. And he's like,
if I must, sir.
What? Is there a problem?
I grew up with Azric, and he's like a brother to me, but I don't know. Seems different. It's just family drama, sir. I don't want to burden you with it. I will inform Watcher Nixara that I am being assigned to you temporarily, and if she agrees, I shall return here within the hour or 2.
Well, the quicker the better.
he nods
They
and then
already
takes
have-
off. As soon as you say
Okay.
that. He learned his lesson last time.
Bye.
I guess I'll go to their ship.
As you all are arriving, Azric, you see your bosun, Kurzak, hanging over the side of the ship with a couple of your other crew like holding him over, and he's yelling them orders. No, lower, lower. And then they go too low and he's like, higher. And then like it's like a fucking back and forth. And then he's like, hold. And he gets in like where he's sitting, he starts to stand on the plank to reach, and he's repairing the ship. And based on what Cooter and Emmy have seen, he has succeeded in some repairs in the past couple days. So your bosun rolled pretty well. For the numbers, he has brought 20 HP back to the hull, so you're at 179 out of 250.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Should see the other guys.
As I see this, I'm like, cause what in the nine hells has happened to my ship?
And he falls off into the water.
Oh shit!
It's on the captain.
So he swims pretty well. He gets back up being a crocodilian lizard folk and comes up out of the water. Captain, and he goes to salute and has like his hammer in his hand and like bonks his head with the hammer on accident. Getting the ship back in the ship shape, sir.
Great. Because we are going to set sail within the hour or so. Because between you and me, as I'll make an announcement to the crew later, someone has stolen Quartermaster Hayden.
And he looks confused. Has he been kidnapped?
Yes.
I see.
In a sense,
The quartermaster allowed that to happen.
It was against his will.
Very well. And he starts yelling at the crew. And then you see Whisper look over the side and go, Turzak, I thought I told you. And she sees you. Captain.
Whisper, good to see you.
Glad that you are back. And our quartermaster?
About that, I need all hands on deck, as I'm going to make an announcement as soon as I get on the ship.
Very well. I shall round up the crew as acting quartermaster, as previously acting captain had placed upon me.
I see. Well then, very well.
And she goes and rounds up the crew lickety split. So what is your announcement?
All right, crew. Apologies for not being in on the action, as I was extremely ill, bedridden, preventing me from boarding the ship. I need this ship to be ready to set sail within the hour. We have an important mission to rescue our quartermaster Hayden, as he has been kidnapped. We are ready to set sail to the Gilded Atoll. The watch is going to give us assistance, not on an official capacity, as their laws have no jurisdiction in the area.
When you mention the watch, you hear a couple people go just boo, like as a crowd.
I see his time here has may or may not have been productive.
When's our next score, Captain? Captain.
Well, as soon as we get our quartermaster back, we can talk about that later. But as we are going on the way to a very lucrative island, there's always a possibility.
Make a persuasion roll.
Didn't they just get loot? These monsters. 16.
Yeah. They all kind of shaking their heads. And then Whisper kind of steps forward. You heard the captain. Ship shape in order within the hour. And everyone kind of wide-eyed and like just starts going to it. Is there anything else that you need, Captain, that I can do for you?
I would love a debriefing, if you would, Whisper.
Very well. What is it you would like to know?
Everything that transpired during my absence.
Well, perhaps we should go somewhere where we can discuss it.
To my quarters, then.
Yep. She follows you to the quarters, and she begins to give you a rundown of what has happened since you had left. And with that, we'll go ahead and end our episode. So your ship is getting, or your crew's getting the ship ready to go. Zillajarn set to return to join Core, and y'all are gonna go Hayden hunting.
Things we do for this guy. Freaking Hayden.
He's going to owe us several lives.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. Much appreciated over on Twitch and YouTube. Thanks for watching. If you haven't checked our YouTube, youtube.com/casters and cantrips, or /@casters and cantrips. I'm sorry if I give you all the right URL. Thanks for watching. We very much appreciate it. If you haven't and you're interested in getting early access, including the Out of Combat we're going to film very shortly, go over to our Patreon, become a patron, and get access to that on Sunday. Because you're going to get it as soon as I edit it. So, with that being said, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. We was taking inspiration for being gone so long. Everyone else had one last time. So taking inspiration. You're going to need them. No, I'm just kidding.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks everyone. And we will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.